Scorpio, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will take a look into the events coming up for you in the near future. All right, let's start with your main energy. Okay, the first message for you today is a question. And the question is, what do you need to release? What we see here is that there is some sort of push forward, but something might be either keeping you stuck or slowing you down to the point where there is barely any movement at all. Sometimes the hardest wounds to heal are the ones that we cannot see. And chances are that there is something here which might sound small and even insignificant to you, but that instead is blocking you at a certain degree. We'll have to see what this is and how it's actually impacting your situation. So let's look into it and let's start with your reading. We see it right away here. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Okay. Yeah. The first image that I'm getting right away for you here is that you have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. You seem to be in a situation where you get mixed signals, perhaps mixed messages, a situation where you have no idea how it's actually going to evolve. A lot of questions, a lot of unknowns, perhaps. There is something that you're looking at, thinking about. It's definitely in sight with this Chariot card. And you know that if you wanted, you could give it a shot. You could try it. You could advance forward and get closer to it. But something, obviously, it's stopping you. Something is preventing you from moving in that direction with confidence, with drive. And that something, or better, someone, is you, Scorpio. This is definitely one of those situations where there is a conflict in between the heart and the mind. The heart seems to be looking forward into the future right now and seeing the potential of something that could be successful, that could be really beautiful. But the mind is still very much connected to the past. And it's saying, what do you think you're doing? No. We're not going to go anywhere. We're going to stay here in the safe place. It's better this way. And the question that I have here is this happening for a good reason? Should you block this before you get lost into it? Or is there something else going on here? This is overall creating a situation where you're stuck, even if just mentally, energetically, even if you don't know it. Something that, again, might sound small, but that can have a huge impact on what you do and what you don't do. You don't know what to think of a situation here because even if your mind is telling you that nothing is going to come out of it, your heart keeps bringing it back up. And every time that happens, you might be finding it hard to keep pushing on the brake. And you might start losing control of the car little by little, but it's happening. And so right here, obviously, we see a big push and pull. And it's very important to know that you are driving this car, Scorpio. You are in control of the situation for now. And it's very important to understand what it is that you actually want. Above your fears, above anything else, that it's going to be fundamental here. In the heart of the reading, we have the World, the Star reversed, and the Two of Wands. This right here feels to me as something that maybe is causing that issue, something that you need to release. In fact, what I see here is a situation that it's much bigger than the actual outcome or situation or person that you're thinking about right now. This is someone who is just afraid of investing themselves again, afraid of making plans, afraid of trusting again and building expectations. That is key for you in this message. You here might be thinking, I don't know how to do this in a compartmentalized way. Because if I care about anything, then I have to care about everything. And overall, here, the fear is that if you start expecting just even a reply from a message or a like on a picture or someone watching your story on social media, something small, then you'll start perhaps fantasizing about everything else that could come afterwards, if that makes sense. You have this firm belief now that you just need to live in the present. Forget about what could happen. Forget about anything that could go wrong or that could even work out. It doesn't matter because we're only ever in this moment, in the present. And I do not want to let myself go to places that don't even exist. The star, daydreaming about something that in the real world does not exist, at least for now. And although, you're definitely right about this, I agree with that. You cannot deny that there is something else going on here, Scorpio. I feel that you might be hiding behind that belief in order to not address something else, which might still be bugging you. And you do not want to admit it, or you do not even know about it, as we were saying. We always see Scorpio people as strong, ready to cut connections out of their life when they're toxic. But there is something within you that still connects to the past. I still see that attachment there. You see the string going from you to that star, to the past. Something that was broken by someone's actions and words. The truth here is that you're afraid that if you let yourself believe in love today and you start planning and taking action towards it, then you have to revisit the past and explain to yourself why love hasn't worked out then. And the last thing that you want to do right now is going back into the past. I definitely see that right here. Keep in mind that, though, sometimes it's fundamental to take one step back, to pull yourself back. Just like an arrow on an archer. In order to gain that strength, which will propel you forward, you need to go back. It's gonna propel you farther than you might think, because honestly, from what we see here, there is something beautiful coming your way. But as we were saying earlier, you are the driver. You are in control of this car. You're in control of your trajectory, of your journey. And sometimes that's good and bad, depending on your mindset, obviously. The Fool card is reminding you that it's now time to take risks. Even if you feel as if you've loved and lost in all directions, this is reminding you that the issue is not about failing. It's about not trying. Failing is good, in fact. Fail often, fail quick. It's better to fail here and there than to postpone a major failure to when things are cemented into your reality, if that makes sense. Sometimes you find yourself thinking over and over, why did that person say that thing? Why did that person in the past behave that way? This moon energy is suggesting that you're still very much thinking about why certain things have happened. You have questions, and perhaps you still need some closure, not from the person, but inner closure, understanding how things work in the universe, how things work in relationships. But you know what's more important than understanding why you failed or why people have treated you in a certain way? understanding how to get back up and succeed again. Because success and happiness is always the best revenge ever. And right here, I see you taking off. I see you starting something that in fact will bring a lot of success and happiness. And I can assure you that this is going to make noise. The people from the past who made it hard for you to trust again now will have to face the fact that they've lost someone absolutely amazing. Sometimes we feel like we are asking for the moon, right? But what I see here and with the previous situation is that you were not asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong person. And what comes now, what comes your way now, it feels to be something that is a match with you, with your expectations, with your vision, with everything that belongs to you. And past outcomes, as we've seen them here, will not impact your upcoming journey and its outcome if you do the right thing, obviously. So there is a lot coming up that we need to look into. And with the Fool, there is the potential for a new beginning, something that will depend solely on you. This door has opened. What you decide to do with it, it's entirely up to you. But let's clarify the messages and see what this new opportunity really is about with the Chariot and the Fool right here. Let's see if this is something that you should trust. Is it something that you should trust? Is this something you should let your guard down for? Because obviously with what we've seen right here, there are some doubts. There are things that maybe you are afraid to open up to. So let's look into the details then. How is this energy, Fool energy, going to potentially revolutionize your environment, and how is it bound to evolve in the next 12 months? If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Scorpio, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning to confirm. Please make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Scorpio. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the upcoming events and the rest of the year for you. Come on, the 10 of Cups. I mean, what we see right here is that happily ever after that you've seen only in movies, honestly, and that you were not believing in anymore. Regardless of the fact, and despite of the fact that right now you're not a believer anymore when it comes to these situations, love is still managing to enter your life and change your beliefs completely. This right here feels like Tower energy to me, and I will not be surprised if it actually turns out to show up into your reading. Right here, it's clear that you have this tendency to expect in the future exactly what has happened in the past. And look, I completely understand. I'm a Scorpio moon. I completely understand where you're coming from. I do that as well. But what we see right here is that this is not a formula. This is not an equation that always runs over and over again when it comes to these situations. Sometimes you just end up crossing paths with the right person, in the right situation, in the right environment, which can actually take you to a very, very happy place that has never happened before, not with this stability, but that nevertheless, it's going to be part of your future for as long as you want it to be. So, a lot to talk about. Let's see, death, rebirth right here. There is definitely a transformation, Scorpio, regarding this situation, regarding this area of your life. And let's see what this transformation is about. First of all, I want to start clarifying the Chariot energy up here and see what it is that you are looking at, what it is that you want as well at this point, deep down. Let's see what that is, and then we will keep going, focusing on the other messages and see where this energy is going to take you in the next 12 months. The Nine of Cups is definitely, oh, 10 of Cups again. It's definitely an energy that it's hard to resist. Okay. Listen, this, having the Judgment here, this could easily be someone you're with.